Hi, this is Laura Coyle with CreativePro, and I'll be showing you a sneak peek of one of my sessions for CreativePro Week. This year it's happening in Washington, D.C. and online from July the 8th through the 12th. This session is entitled Graphic Styles for Workflow Magic, and I'm going to show you how I created these red number callouts for this map project using the Appearance panel and Graphic Styles. The map graphics are locked in the background, and I'm going to select all of these numbers. And the red background and the drop shadow and the color is all coming from a graphic style that I've applied, and we can see some of what's going on here in the Appearance panel. So if we look at this in outline mode, we can see these numbers are just regular old text, but the styling is coming from the Appearance panel. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the map background so we can focus in on these numbers. And what I'm going to do here is go to the Appearance panel and choose Clear Appearance from this Options menu, just so that we get back to the starting point as if you had typed out this type yourself, and I'll show you how to make this style from scratch. For this, I'm going to deselect and just click on the number 5. And when you select a number with the selection tool, you'll see those bounding box handles like this. But we also know another way to select is to highlight it with the Type tool. So you can see the different selections for type over here in the Appearance panel. So when I have the number highlighted, we see characters and a stroke and a fill. That's that default black fill that's applied. But if I click here on Type, we go back to the selection of just the overall type object. And we can see here it says type at the top of the Appearance panel, and below that is characters. So whenever I want to get to the characters portion of this selection, I just double click on it in the Appearance panel. And when I want to get back to the type object appearance, I just click once on the type level here. So the first step to creating an appearance for type is to double click on the characters, go to this default black fill here, and change it to none. And the reason we're doing this is because we only have a stroke and fill here on the characters. You can't really build up a multi-fill appearance here. You really need to do that on the type object itself. So even though it looks like it's disappeared, that number 5 is just a fill of none and a stroke of none. And so now that we've chosen the type object, we're going to go down to the bottom of the Appearance panel and click on the New Fill button twice to add a couple of fills. And you'll see how they stack up above the characters. First, I'm going to take this lower one, change it to red, and then I'm going to take this upper one and change it to this off-white color here. And you can see how they're kind of stacking up there. There's a bit of a red halo that's showing you the red fill behind the off-white fill. And we're going to leave the off-white fill as it is, but we're going to change the red fill because this is where we're going to get that circle from. We can see now I have the red fill selected, so I'm going to go down to the bottom and click on the FX button. And I'll choose this effect, Convert to Shape, and then Ellipse. By default, we have this relative setting. I want to change this to absolute so that every one of my circles will be the exact same size. Then I'll go here and change this to 50 points and change the height to 50 points. And now that fill has become a red circle. Let's go ahead and click OK. Next, I want to add another effect that's going to help with the alignment. So again, with that fill selected, I'll go down to the bottom of the Appearance panel and choose Distort and Transform, and then Transform. With the Transform effect, I can actually move that circle a little bit. And I just want to move it by 2 points, so I'm clicking my down arrow twice till I get to a -2 points, and you can see how that just centers up the 5 vertically on the circle. Depending on what font you're using, you may have to change these numbers here. And I'll click OK. So we've applied 2 effects to the red fill. I'll go ahead and close this. And then what I want to do is just click down here in the empty space, and now I'm going to add a drop shadow. So I'll click again on the FX button, choose Stylize and Drop Shadow. And all the settings here are good. I've got a multiply blending mode, 35% opacity, a 3-point offset on the X and Y axis, and my blur is set to 0. The color is black, and I'll click OK. All right, so now I've created that appearance. And next, I'm going to save it as a graphic style. So as long as I have this selected here, I can go over to the Graphic Styles panel, which is right behind the Appearance panel, usually. And of course, if you can't find either of these panels in your workspace, then go up to the Window menu and you'll find them there. Now, to save this appearance as a graphic style, I'm just going to go to the bottom of the panel and click on the plus button. You can also double-click on this to give it a name. But now what I'm going to do is select all of the other numbers, and I'll click on this graphic style to apply it. And when we look over in the Appearance panel, we can see that that graphic style is applied to that type. If you want to learn more about how to change the graphic style and update it so you can update it across all of your work, then join me at Creative Pro Week. It's happening in Washington, D.C. and online from July the 8th to the 12th. And I'm giving 2 sessions alongside some of my favorite instructors, and I hope to see you there.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. And for thousands more how-to articles and tutorials, visit our website, creativepro.com, and become a member today. Thanks for learning with us.